Hello and welcome to Wednesday Debate Live with Taghreet Hussein here on Nile TV International. Tonight we'll be talking a very interesting topic, talking women empowerment and sustainability. Women empowerment is definitely a goal in its own, but also a key factor for sustainable economic growth, for social development, and also environmental sustainability. By empowering women, by including them in the decision-making process in the different fields, definitely this has a very positive reflection on the core of the new republic that has managed to achieve a sustainable path of development nationwide. Ever since President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi took power and announced year 2017 as the year of the Egyptian women in response to the proposal by the National Council for Women, the government has been working on important provisions then for the recognition of women contributions and also their full participation in sustainable development. In that regard, the Egyptian society has evolved outrightly in a positive way that has created a vibrant and an inclusive society in the different walks of life. That's mainly will be our topic of discussion for tonight. We're really honored to have with us one of the bright faces of Egypt, who represents Egypt abroad, an Egyptian expat who loves Egypt to the bones. And though living in London, but checking her Facebook page and her social media accounts, you could find that Egypt is there in every single and minute detail. In her passion, in her heart, Dr. Viviane Morous has been representing Egypt worldwide in different conferences, gatherings among ambassadors at ambassadorial level and also in Africa. I'm really thrilled tonight to receive our guest of honor, Dr. Morous. Dr. Viviane Morous, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for inviting me. It's my honor and pleasure to be on Nile TV.
Thank you. Thank you, dear. Thank you so much. Before going further into our topic of discussion, let's check the top stories of the day. As His Excellency President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi met on Wednesday with Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, the advisor to the President of the Republic for Urban Planning, the head of the Engineering Authority of the Armed Forces and director of the Future of Egypt project. Ambassador Bassam Radi, the official spokesman for the presidency, said the meeting dealt with following up on the developments of the National Project for Agricultural Production, Egypt's Future. In this context, the President was briefed on the developments of the current and future stages of the Future of Egypt project from all the elements and components of the infrastructure. The President directed to establish an integrated road network to connect all areas of the project with the main axis in the geographical surroundings in order to accommodate the expected future urban development for that area within the framework of New Delta, given the size of the vast reclaimed lands, along with the ensuing huge transport and trade movement. The intensity also of employment, diversified employment in line with the state's strategy to increase the proportion of agricultural and urban lands from the total geographical area of the Republic. And to highlight more on this important meeting on Egypt's future, as the President is always thinking Egypt's future, always thinking of tomorrow for this country, we're honored to have with us Professor Dr. Youmn al-Hamaki, the Professor of Economics, distinctive Professor of Economics, Youmn al-Hamaki. Thank you so much for joining Nile TV, Professor.
Good evening, and I'm very pleased to be with you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Youmn. It's a strategic and economic significance, as the President had discussed today, this important project. As I said in the introduction, we are always working for the future of this country and thinking also of securing this country vis-a-vis when we're talking the future of Egypt, especially as we find that there is a food crisis happening throughout the world. So this meeting comes very timely, the President's giving directives to further foster this strategic project, Egypt's future.
Indeed, and we know quite well nowadays that Egypt is trying intensively to activate all our productive capabilities, specifically for the structural sectors of the economy, such as the agriculture, as well as industrial and information technology. We all know that these sectors are the backbone of our economy, and we have a lot of potentialities, unexploited resources that can be activated in this period, like you mentioned, taking into consideration the challenges specifically for the agriculture sector nowadays. The Ukrainian-Russian war proved quite well that we need to take care of our self-sufficiency of food, since we are a large populated country, and self-sufficiency of food should be on our top priority. Not only for that, but our agriculture sector proved to be quite important for economic growth and economic development, and for finding opportunities of job. We have a large percentage of our labor force in the agriculture sector, and it's of our own interest to diversify potentialities of work, as well as improving the productivity, so that these people can find more income in order to have a better life. And in light of the project Haya Karima, decent life, this project aims actually to enhance the standard of living for most Egyptians, and specifically for women, because when we talk about the participation of women in economic life, we can see that women are concentrated in the agriculture sector from one perspective. From another, their productivity and participation is quite affected seriously by their reproductive role. And from here it comes that all these factors can be taken into consideration in order to activate our agriculture sector and to be more productive, and to link it into the industrial sector, because we cannot talk about agriculture sector without, referring to our agro industries, because you can, by doing that, increase the value added. And economically speaking, this is the main aim, and this can be reflected on economic growth.
Yes.
We have a dilemma in our structure of production, like when you find that regarding, our export of fruits and vegetables are $2 billion, latest statistics, and at the same time, our agro industry, our agro, exports is still quite minimal, cannot exceed it, $2 billion too. So from here it comes that this can be analyzed from our point of view as economists as a loss of resources that can be exploited if we can upgrade our potentialities as transferring technology, enhancing opportunities of small business, and encouraging youth to have their own business. All this needs a lot of investment in this field, so that you can increase the value added in the industrial sector, and open millions of opportunities of job for youth and women specifically.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Dr. Youmn Al-Hamaki, Professor of Economics, for joining us on Nile TV, highlighting this important presidential meeting. According to the President's directives, definitely establishing an integrated road network connecting the areas of this project that Dr. Youmn was talking about. This is very important because it is going to act like a nucleus, attracting and attaching the main axis in the geographical surroundings. So all this is definitely for the future of Egypt, for a better tomorrow. Stay tuned.